In the face of demonic power, most heroes see death. Warlocks see only opportunity. Dominance is their aim, and they have found a path to it in the dark arts. While many warlocks willingly follow the Burning Legion, there are those who work against it, using their magic to fight against evil. Warlocks have proven themselves to be powerful allies as well as powerful foes. But their desire to understand darker magics and exercise unwavering command over demonic forces breeds mistrust among even their closest friends. Warlocks are the bane of all life. Empowered by demonic blood, they can inflict great torment and drain the vitality from their victims, summon and command indomitable demons from the twisting nether to do their bidding, or employ fire magic, dropping hellish rain from the sky to immolate the opposition. Their greatest abilities are fueled by the souls they've harvested from their victims. The Warlock is a damage-dealing spellcaster class, known for their wide range of debuffs and damage over time effects, or recognizable demonic minions at their side, which are used to assist them in taking down foes, as well as provide both offensive and defensive utility. Each one has their own strengths, collectively providing purges, silences, and dispels that you'd usually otherwise need multiple classes for. They're a must-have in any raid scenario, and frankly, a group would be silly to go without one. They bring summoning portals, hellstones, demonic gateway, a combat res with soulstone, an AoE stun with shadow fury, and even a spammable fear. Despite wearing cloth armor, they are also incredibly tanky and hard to pin down, with strong cooldowns like Dark Pact and Unending Resolve, their passive Soul Leech shield, and their incredible self-sustain with Drain Life in a pinch. Affliction Warlocks are the masters of damage over time spells, plaguing their enemies with an array of curses and dots. The bulk of their damage comes from keeping up three main debuffs: Agony, Corruption, and Unstable Affliction, which can be further empowered through talents and your mastery stat. Some talents offer flat damage increases, where others like Haunt and Malefic Affliction will create interactions between your damage over time spells and your main soul shard spender, Malefic Rapture. Soul shards will be generated consistently from ticks of agony and a new talent called Soul Tap, which will trade some of your defensive absorption in Soul Leech for damage resources. There are plenty of things you can pick up to top the meters in Mythic Plus. With Sow the Seeds and Vile Taint, you can quickly get Corruption and Agony stacked up on entire groups, and then pop a Soul Rot to give a ton of crit and haste. Their main damage cooldown, Dark Glare, will summon an Observer, extending the duration of all of your dots and deal increased damage depending on the number of dots you have active on any amount of targets. Demonology Warlocks summon and empower entire armies of various demons to do their bidding. They generate their soul shards from Shadow Bolt and instant cast Demon Bolts. They can then use these shards on Hand of Gul'dan to summon Wild Imps, which will fling firebolts at your target until their energy is exhausted. As well as their usual pets, opting for Felguard in this spec, they can call Dreadstalkers to cleave your enemies, Vile Fiends to poison them, and Bilescourge Bombers for burst AoE aerial assault. The Felguard pet can be buffed through various talents like Demonic Strength to make his Bladestorm extremely potent, or with the new Guillotine talent, which will cause it to throw its axe into the ground, dealing AoE damage and sending it into a demonic frenzy, pummeling and cleaving enemies with his bare fists. Their main signature cooldown is Demonic Tyrant, which when summoned will extend the duration of all active pets summoned, causing you to be able to amass the iconic Demon Army. This can go even further with the Nether Portal talent, a huge 3-minute cooldown, during which you will rip countless demons from the twisting nether into your service, and on top of this, a pit lord will emerge when it closes, gaining power for every soul shard spent during the cooldown. Although Demonology Warlocks specialize in single target damage and cyclical gameplay, they can choose to implode their imps at any moment for incredible instant area of effect damage. This is extremely powerful on waves of lesser enemies who won't live long, and it looks absolutely amazing. Destruction Warlocks can call down the sky upon their enemies, specializing in potent burst damage and fire spells. Instead of generating entire shards at once, Destruction Warlock build their fragmented shards slowly with damage from Immolate and casts of Incinerate and Conflagration. They spend those shards on hard-hitting abilities like Chaos Bolts, which will always deal a critical strike, and Rain of Fire on AoE. The spells can be duplicated with the unique ability Havoc, marking a target to receive 60% of all your single target damage for 15 seconds, creating awesome visuals in the process. And in Dragonflight, they can also choose between this usual Havoc ability or make it automatic with the talent Mayhem. which will give you a chance to apply havoc to nearby enemies anytime you cast single target abilities. Destruction Warlock can call down terrifying infernals from the sky, stunning all enemies upon impact and fighting by your side for 30 seconds. These infernals will burn everything around them, and with the Reign of Chaos talent you can also spawn in smaller infernals, providing significant shard generation. On screen is a first look at the Warlock's tier sets and bonuses in the first raid of Dragonflight, Vault of the Incarnates. If unparalleled subjugation of demons and almost unlimited survivability is what you're after, then you can't go wrong with the Warlock. Comment what you'll be maining in Dragonflight, and if you can't decide, check out the next class on screen now.